Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the start of a brand new RGL Invite Highlander Season 8. We got a matchup for you tonight on Upward Week 1, traditional Week 1 map, Man Crush Monday versus Fat Peter. I am Zagron, joined by Space Ghost by my side and Dolphin behind the camera as always. Space Ghost, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing fantastic. I'm excited to see some Highlander.
Yeah, it's been a while since that off season. We are getting back into the groove of things, though. Man Crush Monday returning for yet another season with the same core that they won that championship with a couple seasons back. Fat Peter, they got a new roster together of players who all playing at a high level, including some people making a return like Dog. And both these teams, they should be gunning for playoff seeding. They should be looking to get into the playoffs, and they both definitely want to win this season. They probably have the potential to as well going into this. So with it, we do have Upward as the week 1, very standard payload map. Everyone knows, everyone loves, and it's gonna be interesting to see the trajectories that these two teams come out with.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see this team specifically. How well the Fat Peter team plays because MCM, I feel like their core is still there. You know, they have a lot of synergy, but it's a lot of the Fat Peter team. They have the pieces, but I have to see if they can gel. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and speaking of that core, we can run on the rosters real quick as the ready up is through. We can do that in setup time. On Man Crush Monday, we have Triple on Scout, RJ on Soldier, Marty on Pyro, Exile on Demoman, Callow on Heavy, Spade Slick on NG, Rogue on Medic, Waterston on Sniper, and Evil on Spy.
And on Fat Peter team, we have Poseidon on Scout, Catalyst on Soldier, Melon on Pyro, Dog on Demo, Sand on Heavy, Octa on Engineer, Wall on Medic, Fallen Lord on Sniper, and Mad Ringy on Spy.
Yep, those returning players, Wall and Dog, not playing for a couple seasons, taking some breaks, but they are back now, mating on this team. We got Melon in here from last season. It was the Cuties roster, Fallen as well, coming in, going to be hoping to do a lot of work. And while this roster is an amalgamation of a bunch of different teams and returning players, all these players are very experienced in their own right, and it's going to be interesting to see if they've actually gelled, if they've had enough time to get things together and start playing at the same level of MCM.
Yeah, that's the thing I'm looking for because I think this match might have long-term repercussions for playoff seeding because this is I think MCM is definitely the favorite to win here, but I think Fat Peter team does have the pieces as it looks like we're about to start.
Yep, Gate's about to drop. We have MCM starting out on offense, Fat Peter on defense. We see Catalyst top left with that black box and battalion setup that everyone uses. Jumping forward, Waterston walked out in a sticky trap, going to be the first casualty. Dog getting that kill. RJ getting headshot by Fallen on that balcony position. As looks like we have Spy trying to infiltrate underneath here. Evil going to get caught out and killed in a second by Poseidon. Early sack not going too well for MCM, but they're just walking the card up right now.
Yeah, I like Waterston instantly finding the stickies and dying them. It's unfortunate how it is. Looks like Blue's starting to push up here. They're probably going to get ready for one more sack wave, and then they're going to push. I don't see what their plan is. Bad ring me by spawn, though. I don't know. Blue Med's out.
Yeah, they're going to try and walk out. Mad doesn't get that stab onto Rogue or the Force. They're going to be able to pop across the hill now, trying to Uber in. Counter is out from Fat Peter here, trying to walk back into the tracks. Dog doing some damage. No kills going off in this exchange, but position has been gained by MCM. They're going to walk over here on the left side flank and now jump onto Playground. RJ trying to do some work, but Sand cleans up him and Evil, getting some kills on the top. MCM now going to walk onto the cart and try to get forward. Marty going to go down, as well as Spades, Triple, and Callow. Great cleanup and collapse from Fat Peter here to deny this push, and it's only 3 up. The support classes for MCM. Dog trying to jump forward and see what he can get. Fallen going to get 2 on the way out in Exile and Waterston, and that was a very impressive first hold from Fat Peter.
That was a massive collapse from Red Team. That Blue Team, they had their river exchange went pretty okay, but then in the post fight, they were just not ready for Red to basically just walk at them. Looks like they're going to go for a dry fight.
Yeah, MCM trying to just go right away. Evil and Triple already going down. Sam doing a great job defending. Mad not going to get that stab like you mentioned. So unfortunate the Ubers are still even. But either way, Manad still in the way of Fat Peter until they did drop Catalyst to Waterston's headshot. Standing up on that roof, he is a force to be reckoned with. MCM putting a lot of players onto the flank once again. Pressure. Dog trying to span them off from tracks, but it's going to be a bit of a reset here as both teams getting healed up, getting ready for more dry pressure. Uber is had by Fat Peter, and they're going to Uber in, try and find Rogue. Only at 90%, they're going to get Waterston and Spades, but they can't find that enemy medic. And here's the counter Uber from MCM. Exile walking in, trying to do some damage. They have lost players, but Uber it's not getting anything. It's getting denied by the front end, the Centrican and Melon. Melon going to go down for her trouble, but every other player on Fat Peter still alive.
Yeah, great stuff by Melmor. They're really denying the Uber from walking forward because the blue Uber was better, but it just, that they weren't able to actually do any damage to players, and they kind of wiped. This is looking kind of bad for blue. This is already an incredible first hold from red. Like, if they lost right here, it would still be a great first ult.
Yeah, so long as they don't have a disaster back out. This is looking amazing so far. Evil looking for the stab on Dog, but can't quite get it. Is going to serve out the safety. MCM going for yet another dry push, although they're at a pretty significant Uber disadvantage right now. Trying to push on this hill. Watterson going to eat some pipes. Dog on an 8k with a pipe launch, not even including stickies. I don't see right now, but looks like they're going to be spamming this dispenser off. Cal going to get that one down. MCM need to find a way in here. They lost Sniper and NG again, so they need to find any advantages, and they do get Dog, so that's something to work with.
The entire flank from blue team has 0 points. Their flank cannot get into the red flank. It looks like they're finally cast those curse as it looks like red's finally going to back up here. Going to cut their losses, which is the smart play here. Yeah, blue team looking for some aggression up the hill. They're double bomb. Ooh, they get sand.
Yeah, they managed to catch that heavy out, but Air Blast coming in from behind. Evil will run for that Enforcer, going to get mad. Another one going to get Melon, doing that extended damage, the bigger damage on the cloak shot. They're going to continue to bomb forward, but RG's going to get piped down. And while it does have Uber, they're going to use forward, try and force Rogue early. They get the force off with Dog and Triple Poseidon. Dog getting left up to dry a bit. That's okay. He's going to go down to that bottle of exile, but that is the Uber force they wanted to. Now we're going to have to see if they can respawn and defend this cart before it's all the way up the tunnel.
Oh, Poseidon another. Oh, wall dying to the. Ooh, double step.
Oh my god.
Fall Lord on an 8k, but the man can only do so much. Looks like Blue's gonna be taking second pretty handily here. Red's gonna. They either can refight or we're gonna back up the third. We'll have to see what they do.
Yeah, Rogue gonna be on a 50% Uber ad, maybe 60% by the time Wall's up, and they just can't quite get set up here. They're gonna try Sentry Gun building, but gonna get one shot by those stickies. Exile getting pushed back, Melon doing a lot of damage, but gonna keep his life for now. In the back, we see Catalyst bombing onto Larson, taking down that enemy sniper. So with that, they can try to walk forward. Fallen taking a very close angle, gonna have to back out here as Fat Peter are not actually getting out yet. They want to keep contesting. Callow in the window, doing a lot, making a lot of space. Can't get cleaned up quite yet, and he's doing a lot to force Poseidon back to spawn. Dog's trying to spam him out, but Uber is in here. Yeah, from MCM bombing in, trying to get picks.
It was so good. It was so close.
They're gonna get the
wall,
kills.
Okay.
Yeah, onto Wall, Octa, Dog, and Sand. Massive cleanup and collapse from the side of MCM, making up for that first hold, or the first push that didn't go too well. And they're gonna have another Uber ad to work with for third.
Yeah, overall that second push could have been better, but it's still somewhat salvaged their very poor first push. But looks like they're getting very, very aggressive on third. They might just take third for free. That's very good for MCM here.
Yeah, they have all the people all the way up the hill. They're trying to get stickies on the red team's entrances. They have gotten down the drop down. They're looking to contest from main. Dog doing some work. Fallen finding an opening pick onto Waterson. No sniper to worry about. Spiking an air blasted. Melon doing a good job to catch out Evil, saving Dog. Dog gonna get healed up. Callow can't quite find the cleanup. And Sand has bucket. Now he's gonna come in here and try and do some work. Callow's 1 HP underneath. He's gonna get saved for now by some arrows, but gets cleaned up by those stickies. And MCM's momentum has been stopped.
Yeah. MCM really, they did a good job taking the hill, but they just couldn't get past the hill, and standing on the hill, as many players know, is a recipe for disaster. It looks like Blue's coming in at their Uber, and they do Uber in. It's a Demo Man solo into a Pyro.
Yeah, they do manage to get the kills onto Dog and Fallen, though, so there's going to be very helpful in the post. Melon as well, going down after stuffing that one very well. Wall's on 100% Uber finally, but a lot of the players got killed in that exchange. Not even exchange, in that collapse.
I think they're going to, I think they're going to scout solo.
They have to do it now. We have the heavy close on the hill. They got the sentry gun, and now they're going to choose to back out instead with this Uber.
It looks like they thought about it, but then they may have... Why is... Oh, here it comes.
We gotta watch out for RJ. He's in behind in the spiral stairs here. We're gonna see Wall getting out through man. They did get forced, so that's very unfortunate for the side of Fat Peter. They're gonna try and walk in, and they get crushed by RJ in that spiral flank. Wall and Dog going down. MCM finally looking good on this third push. Gonna get this cart up the hill, and it's only 2 up for Fat Peter. They're gonna have an NG building a sentry gun and a heavy to hold the line temporarily, but for MCM, that's exactly what they want. Now they're gonna have a full Uber advantage to push with.
Yeah, I think that was kind of a misplay from Red. Like, they could have either gone in with the Uber very quickly, or they could have held back for a fourth, but they kind of did neither, and it really was a disaster.
Yeah, now
like Sand flanking up top, though. I want to see if he can get anything here.
He didn't go with Callus. Callus bombed in the front and just got picked off by Waterson. Yeah, now gonna get Waterson. The Uber is out the window for MCM here, trying to find some kills, some damage. They are gonna end up cleaning up Sand in the backline. Triple as well, chasing down Poseidon. Dog dancing around as good as he can, but ends up in the pit for his troubles. And now MCM have a three-man advantage to work with. Falling in, find the pick onto Rogue though, so no heals. But it's all about stacking the cart now. Can they get on it in time? Oh, we see people diving into the pit. It's just Pyro.
Oh, no one can get on it.
And that is going to be the cap up for MCM. Very chaotic ending there. Rogue died, but the people they had alive were able to stack the cart and get that capture. 7:14, that's an average to above average upward push time. You know, it's nothing too out of the ordinary to see. But in the context of how that round went, that's... I want to say that's evidence of Fat Peter being a new team together. Because in terms of raw DM at the start, they kind of just rolled over MCM on that first push. But once it got to the point where you need to snowball and make collapses as a team, when you don't have, like, Uber v Uber, don't have advantage to work off of, they just looked inferior.
Yeah, I 100% agree that, like, on first you could tell, like, if things were set up and they could just play the game and DM people, they were fantastic. But once the team coordination came into effect, like, where you have to back up, where you have to, you know, make important calls, it seemed like people were either counter calling or people were just very unsure of what to do in situations, and that's definitely evidence of a new team. But overall, I'm pretty happy with how that round went. Like, obviously could have gone way better, but I think that this team is looking very promising right now.
Yeah, definitely. If they're able to shore up some of their weaknesses in the main calling and teamwork department, they would be a very strong competitor going forward. But for now, they have a chance to prove it a bit wrong. They do have what it takes on offense here. Dog going to jump in and immediately going to get killed. Octa and Dog going down on their sack. Looks like they're trying to walk Sand and Catalyst up right now. Maybe they can pick RJ, get that banner off him, and he burns to death thanks to that detonator from Melon. So big pick to get that Soldier's banner reset. They're going to get triple as well on the flank. So good enough sacks for Fat Peter here as they're going to move the cart up.
Yeah, I think I would be surprised if Blue doesn't push here. Yeah. Oh, Mad getting Waterston. Huge pick from Mad Ringby. Now, yeah, here comes Uber.
And they're going to go straight in. Dog trying to get into the enemy team and spam the gun, but we do see Pyro walking forward, doing a lot of work. Gonna air blast Dog into the enemy team as well. And the Uber's later, so Dog gonna get clean up here in a sec. He surfs out and does a lot. He's buys a lot of time for his team at least, but the Uber is successful.
Yeah, look at this base they're taking. It's massive. I think Blue should commit here. It looks like they are. Red's kind of caught here. They might lose some people on the way out.
Yeah, Fallen even found the snipe onto Spades, and the gun went down as a result. We see Mad Ringme decloaking and Tunnel, drawing a lot of attention to himself, and now MCM have to make a decision. What are they going to do? They're getting closed in on fast.
Yeah, they're super caught.
That said, we just see Melon and Sand going down to RJ and Waterston, buying their team some space, some room to back out. They're really scared of peeking this because of Fallen Lord. He's going to hit that shot onto Rogue on the back out. They couldn't get the pressure onto the enemy sniper, and even though Evil, he comes in and gets Wall in the end as well, so Hit Class is taking both medics down. If this cap goes off, though, you have to imagine that it's going to be pretty good for Fat Peter, as the Ubers are even. They're going to hit spawners and be able to get this up soon. We see Dog and Melon walking forward onto the hill. They're trying to get any pressure they can. Mad's in there as well, and now it looks like MCM are going to back up, so a very, very chaotic first point.
What a scrap. Yeah, that was such a scrappy fight. Rogue, you could tell he was at the base of the house trying to get up that hill, and the sniper was there and he couldn't do it. Oh, it looks like Blue's very aggressive up this hill right now. They're just kind of Chad dry pushing into them. And they're taking the space. Look at this. Oh, Red might be caught out here. Look at this.
Yeah, but the tunnel squad's gonna come out here. Callow and RJ popping that banner and walking out of side tunnel. Dog and Poseidon dropping, walking to the enemy team, doing some damage. Some air blasts are gonna get RJ killed. But now it's a fight against heavies on this minecart. Sand's gonna do a lot of damage, gets RJ and Exile. Great job by Sand staying in there, and he's gonna keep his life as well. Melon walking forward, trying to get some cleanup kills, gonna get triple killed in the end and get the backup out of the enemy pyro. And that's a very successful hill push for the side of Fat Peter.
What an that was very well played by Sand. He was the bedrock of his team pushing, and Red they tried to commit to him, and he just got everyone and he lived. So this is a free second point from Blue. I don't think Red's gonna be able to refight this.
Catalyst gets a bomb out onto Waterston, gonna force him off the tracks. Probably gonna lose his life for it. He does in the end.
Red's trying to repush this.
Yeah, they're Ubering in from tracks. Wall is 100% though, gonna get the force off. Sand does get dropped early, but the Uber's a lot better for the side of Fat Peter. Mad Ringme walked forward in the back and killed Waterston. Triple gets piped down as well. And this is a catastrophic repush for the side of MCM. That said, they did force the opponent's Uber, so that's good enough to work with, but point was lost.
Yeah, when they got the Uber force, that was probably the best they could have done, but very unfortunate for Dog there. But yeah, the problem was they lost people, but it looks like it's not going to matter in the end. That they made enough space with their Uber that they're going to be able to get their respawners in time for looks like a very solid third hold. They're in position for it.
Yep, cart gonna get pushed up slowly by this times 2. RJ gonna bomb into the enemy team, and it does get traded. Sand gonna kill on Callow. Yeah, heavy dead means a lot of bucket pressure can be made. Madringme is in that bucket calling out. There's no one there. Team gonna try and walk up Fat Dog, making some pressure. Here comes Spy in the back. Evil gonna pick off Fallen. Gets killed for his trouble. That's worth it every time. And now we're gonna see them try to push up the hill. It's 98% Uber for Rogue, so the defense does have Wall only on 85, so they have to wait a bit longer. Uber gonna get popped out here early from MCM. Melon gets one air blast in, gonna push down the enemy team. Melon and Dog die for their troubles. Octa as well. Wall trying to get out. Oh, what a save from Fallen to save his medic! That saves the Uber advantage for the side of Fat Peter. If he doesn't hit that shot, they lose med.
That was so incredibly clutch from Fallen. Wall was dead to rights there, and Fallen just rescued her. Evil in position, going for a stab on Dog, and is gonna get it. That's demo down is huge for Red.
Yeah, Madringme's in the back line here. We're going to see what he can try and get. Full Uber for Wall's team. They're going to want to go as soon as they have Dog back up. Spawner is up. The entire time the cart's been getting pushed, by the way. We've seen a Poseidon on this cart. Going to get almost up the last hill. Going to get taken down. RJ should go down off cratering. Yeah, we're going to lose that. And it's triple dies as well. So flank dying. On the front end, Uber exchange out for Fat Peter. They're going to push all the way up to the gun. Got stickies on it. Got a lot of pressure. They have to worry about the heavy and bend, though. Wall is kind of trapped underneath right now. Gonna need to try and make her way out. Sticky's in and gonna get the kill. Exile getting that cleanup. But Octa is on cart here. Excuse me, not Octa. Yeah, Octa on NG. Gonna try and get that one up the hill. Almost gets it.
He almost got it up. He was only that was like pixels away.
Yeah, unfortunate for them, but they do get a bunch of trade kills. Waterston and Callow going down to the pick classes of Fat Peter. Gonna keep trying walk forward on cart. We're at 2.5 minutes remaining. Third cap is very close to going in. They just need one decisive push. Gun is still up, but they just have to crouch behind this and kill the demo man.
Yeah, they had a couple opportunities. Like, when the blue Uber was in, if the entire flank for both teams weren't dead, blue could have
almost got it again. They're gonna get this cart.
They Ubered to get on the cart, but the cart's up. That's all that matters. Blue is happy to take this down. Everyone died. Never mind.
Yeah, Fat Peter kind of just full wiped for that. You could. We'll have to see if that's worth it in the long run. They have to get players up and get this cart capped because 2 minutes left on the clock. It's getting kind of dicey for Fat Peter.
Yeah, they're gonna have to get third and then steamroll. Look how aggressive
Look at
Red
MCM
is
though.
House.
Yeah, they're gonna drop down.
That's a smart play.
Yeah, try and stall for some time. RJ gonna get a lot of damage inflicted onto him from the catwalk. Does make it out with his life. Not anymore. Banner gonna go down.
Yeah, that's very unfortunate. It looks like blue. They kind of have to dry push. I feel like here. Yeah, and here they come. Oh, the cart's rolling back.
That's so unfortunate. There's Marty getting that air blast onto the cart, sending a player off before they can stop it from rolling back. Sand gonna go down as well to the revolver of Evil. Octa been on cart duty this entire time, but not much to show for it. Again, it's gonna roll down. We see Fallen on the catwalk trying to find the snipe. Madringme can't get the stab that he wants, gonna get meleeed down. And again, Fat Peter just gonna get collapsed on and killed. They do have 90% Uber to work with, but only a minute on the clock.
Yeah, everyone was kind of doing the right things, but they're all doing it at different times. Again, it goes back to that team coordination thing, that this is kind of garbage time at this point.
Yeah.
It kind of goes back to the team coordination thing. Like, everyone was doing their jobs, but they weren't doing it at the same times, so it didn't matter, you know? Like, blue had good Ubers in, but the flank didn't get the cart up, and the flank was getting the cart up while blue was sitting in house. You know, it's, if their coordination could be a little bit better, they could be having, they could also be winning this match right now.
Yeah, it's really just small differences in how the teams play together. We see MCM making good coordinated pushes, aggressive stances, protecting people that need to be protected. Fat Peter, they have players making some god plays here and there, but it's just not enough to win the game against a team that's been together and playing at this level for seasons. It's very
exactly.
evident.
I think it really comes into the fact that the core of MCM has been playing together for many, many seasons, and they kind of know what each other are doing, whereas this team, again, a lot of good players, but the Fat Peter team just, you know, they need time to gel.
Yeah, week 1 match. It's kind of brutal that a week 1 match is coming against a potential playoff opponent where you would ideally you want to beat this team for seeding, no matter which side you're on. And to have one of your harder matches coming early, it's kind of brutal for Fat Peter, but at the same time, they can use this as a learning experience. It's a big deal losing this match for seeding in the end, but it's not the end of the world if you can't find a ways to gel together by the end of it. They do have another half to try and get themselves in order, so we'll have to see what adjustments they are able to make with this roster.
Yeah, I think, I agree. I think that definitely, actually, let me load up the logs here real quick. I think that definitely, they have the DM for it. Fat Peter team, they have the DM for it. They just, again, need that coordination, and I think they're going to take this half, talk about things a little. Hopefully they can come back stronger next half.
Yeah, we can hope that they do understand kind of that. These players are all smart enough at the game. They play the game forever. They do know what they're doing. It's about getting the team together, making the plays happen. And I'm sure they know, like, I'm sure Mad Ringme knows, like, okay, well, I'm getting some picks, but sometimes I'm all alone doing my thing, or sometimes Fallen knows I'm getting picks, but sometimes I'm not like with my team or being protected. I'm sure they all realize the things they could do better. It's just a practice issue.
Yeah, I'd like to give a shout out to Fallen though. Fallen had a lot of key picks that should have won his team various pushes. There's a lot of times like when he saved his medic, when he got like repushes that let them refight things. Like Fallen was playing very, very well despite his team losing. So I'm very impressed with him that he can still play well even on a new team.
Another big shout to Sand has been playing very well on that heavy, being a rock for his team, doing a lot of damage and staying alive at crucial moments. But again, if your big fat man is trying his best to be a rock out there and no one is around there to support him, he is kind of just dying at bad times when no one else is there to help him. So if they can just get together and make these plays as a team, they're definitely going to be very scary.
Yeah, I'm looking for the logs, and I guess the logs are rip. It's very, very unfortunate. I don't know what I'm gonna do with myself now.
And we do have them on the cast right now, trying to wrong longs.
Yeah,
I've been informed by Dolphin. So we'll be waiting on those, but it's not really much else to say. Like, I don't want to say the logs matter too much because the logs are going to say that like DPM. I'm guessing here, but like DPM frags, like in downtime and in like even Uber situations, they're going to be pretty much even. The issue comes, it's just a bigger macro gameplay issue that will not show up on logs between these two teams.
I just I love my logs.
Yeah, they give us an object to talk about. We can decide who to flame. Make some conversation.
Exactly. Oh, it looks like they are readying up good. They saved us.
And no time for logs here. We're getting right back into the game. Maybe Fat Peter knows that they just need to be more communicative as a team together. We'll have to see what they're able to do. They're going to start out on offense once again. So they did have a pretty good offense up until third, which is one of the harder points to push in this map, probably the hardest besides last. So, you know, we'll have to see if they can get there this time. They probably will, because, you know, push first. Ideally, they want to set a time that gives them a chance here. They know what they can do on defense. They know probably that they're going to need a decent enough time because they won't be able to hold MCM off forever.
Yeah, I do actually prefer pushing first as opposed to pushing second, because it kind of avoids that scenario you had first half where you have like an impossible time to push, and so you just have to wait around 2 or 3 minutes, and it's really kind of kills team morale. I think that I think blue, if there's any small micro advantage they can get, it's because pushing first I think is better, just because you can always defend for longer. But it's just one of those small things. Also, looking at the crit stickies here, I feel like I'm predicting that an engineer or a sniper dies to these crit stickies.
On the corner of the spawn door?
Yeah, he put a bunch of stickies up there, and then looks like they found him.
Yeah, they found them. Dog gonna do his bomb onto the hill, gonna get taken out right away. Although Exile does overpeak and gets picked off by Fallen, so a really big opening for Fat Peter to work with. Once they get Dog back, Exile's spawn is gonna be about 6 seconds longer. He will have a teleporter though. Mad's knife gets melted, but he does get into tunnel. I don't know if he has a force enough to shoot the gun, but he will be able to impact the game a bit once he has that ready. Waterston's gonna pick onto Melon, so Spawner's cart is up to those tracks in between, and now they're gonna look to push here.
Yeah, it's if they got a couple seconds here, I think it would have been better, because they would have been dead. But looks like here comes the solo. Red's Uber is better. Looks like Marty's very aggressive on the hill. Look how aggressive Red is. Okay, now they're backing up.
Yeah, Cal's gonna jump up onto the playground, but again, it's off time with his team. He's all alone. He just gets cleaned up really easily. So now he's gonna be dead for the repush. No soldier to pressure. I mean, this heavy gets to stand up top scot-free. Waterston as well gonna be raining down hell from this playground area. Mad gonna go for him, but no pressure elsewhere means he's gonna get caught out and found easily. And with that, Fat Peter kind of have to reset here.
Yeah, looks like they're gonna have to take a dry fight here. Yeah, blue. They're kind of walking at the left hill, but RJ's in the perfect position.
They lost demo again.
Yeah. Yeah, there goes. Yeah, Catalyst is dead. RJ does trade at least, so that is something to work with here. Yeah, looks like Blue's starting to finally crest the hill, but Waterston's just sitting on platform uncontested. Yeah,
you have to be so scared of this this sniper standing here, staring at you the entire time, following you at a buff, try to contest him from the right rocks, see if you can find that headshot pick. We're going to see players try to walk forward, Dog spamming over the hill. Flank finally looking to walk across the wooden bridge. RJ is back up, though. He's going to be on that top left, spamming down at the combo. And both teams are sitting on 100% Uber right now.
Looks like everyone forgot how to push upward first. Speaking of which, here comes another Uber exchange for blue. This one's looking a little bit better for blue, but yeah, nothing's really happening during these exchanges. There's no... But Octa engineer in the back getting the heavy. That's a pick they can work off of.
Yeah, and Fallen did also find the kill onto Spade, so that sentry gun is going to get taken down in short order. Although Waterson's still on that playground uncontested, takes down Wall, finally going to overpeak, going to get taken down by Fallen, but that medic pick is going to be big for helping his team stabilize here. That said, they are staying a bit too long, Triple and Exile, the combo going down, so it's only 4 up for MCM. They're going to try and get people back through the tunnel here, a smart backup location, as they can't get bombed over on. And while they did lose that point, they got their medic an advantage for second here, and that was a pretty good first hold as well, so MCM going to be proud of that one.
Yeah, I was definitely like, they got the medic, and then they got a little too greedy, but again, if you get the medic in backup, looks like they're in...
Oh, here's Mad going for the stab, and he's going to find the kill onto Rogue, even up that Uber dis ad. With that, they're able to walk forward. Oh, but Mad... Oh, excuse me, I saw the kill feed twice, that's my bad, but looks like they're going to walk forward here onto the hill. Minecart going to be pushing forward. Exile trying his best to deny these players. Going to help get Fallen killed, that spam getting him hit stunned. Mad going to get a kill into Waterson in exchange though, so the Spy doing big work. But they're all walking forward and getting shredded by the side tunnel squad. RJ, Exile getting more kills. Bombing in. Here's RJ going to take down Sand in the cleanup. And although they lost their med early in that fight, we see MCM collapsing onto the right targets and staying alive on this hill.
Yeah, Waterson kind of, even though he died to the Spy there, he got the med pick like a second before he died. So definitely that trade you take every time. Looks like Blue's gonna have to take this hill. Ubers are even. The Fallen's already down. They're pushing a hill. This is, yeah, their pushes are not going well. Evil lived with like a 1 health.
Yeah, he surfed onto the rock. Surf. Great movement by him. Although Exile does go down to the lock and load of Dog. I haven't seen that one in a while, but does a lot of damage, shoots a lot faster. So gonna get that kill early for his team to walk forward off of. Wall gonna have a 10% Uber ad to work with for Fat Peter. So we're gonna have to see what they decide to do here. Waterson is scary on this B ledge. Gonna be staring at the hill walk up. We're gonna have to see what shot he takes, and he does find Fallen.
Yeah, it's kind of rough as a sniper to peek that sightline, because there's a lot of angles you have to peek, and the red sniper kind of has the advantage here. It's definitely one of those things where, like, even though he died, that's a fight he kind of has to take if he wants his team to win, and, yeah. It's very unfortunate. Looks like Blue can get these picks, but they also wipe while getting these picks, so it's kind of not... Oh, like, they're winning battles, but losing the war.
They're not important enough picks. The Heavy's still alive inside tunnel, their Sniper's still on the perch, their Medic still has Uber, and their NG still has the gun up, so even if they do lose some expendable picks like Scout, they are still able to run back in time and get set for the defense. Both meds are going to have Uber here, but Fat Peter going to force to use in tunnel here, trying to walk forward onto the cart, but not able to get anything here. They do finally get the kill onto Marty, trying to kill the wrangled gun, but there goes Poseidon, so not very successful from them. They are going to collapse onto some players, Callow going down as well. Combo from MCM looking worse for wear here, as their gun's going to go down, forced to back up. They did force the Uber out of Fat Peter though, so if they're able to back up here, I'm sure they'll take this for the time's sake. But yeah, they will end up getting out here, and second should get capped up.
Yeah, Blue, I don't know how, but their entire combo kind of died. From there, Blue was just able to take the high ground and just kind of a snowball. That's what Blue needs to do here, is that they need to get aggressive. They don't really have like any Uber ad, but they need to just take this dry fight and actually do something with dry fights, because they can only seem to do anything with Uber.
Yeah, Catalyst gonna get cleaned up early by Triple, who went for that upper catwalk control, but just gets shredded by the hit scan of MCM. We see Mad trying to decloak on Waterson's head. Not gonna get that kill, but he does block him into a sticky bomb, so I guess that's a spy pick you can trade for. I'm gonna get that one off. Now we see Fat Peter with 100% Uber grouping up on the cart. They will have a small advantage, not enough to take any pushes off of, so now they're gonna walk forward.
They're going anyway.
Yeah, they're going anyway. Gonna get denied by Marty here. Gets a flash as well. Uber not gonna get in at all. Melon getting stuffed back. Scout going on to try to clean up. Octa wall dropping. Bucket peek from Callow is huge, getting those cleanup kills. Evil the only consolation, but that Spy was just in for a distraction, and it's a flawless hold from MCM here. They are gonna lose RJ in the backline. Took a fight on the health pack, didn't quite win it, but they're gonna stay solid here for MCM.
Yeah, I think the Blues' plan there was solid. They were gonna Uber up. They were gonna Uber up the hill and have Sand flank from the side house. He's actually there.
Oh, there he is.
Triple?
Tracking war. Oh my god, Triple
has, like, survived 5
shredded. Yeah.
I've just been watching his like little adventure down here as he wins like 6 1v1s in a row.
Yeah, I mean, that pressure actually does work for his team as they're able to walk forward. They're scared of that heavy in that C shack, and now Cap is going to come into the third point. Has to make it up the last bend, but Fat Peter getting that one, and they're going to have even Ubers to push here. They're trying to get aggressive early, but MCM already backed out well enough that they're set up in tiles here. They don't have Uber to work with while Rogue does.
Yeah,
this could be disastrous if Rogue gets that Uber off. Is he oblivious? They're going to get that pop off. Okay, so if they can get wall out, they're fine here. Sand, yeah, that's a good play. Sand's going to be the sacrifice, but they're going to have full Uber to work with now.
Oh,
it was in the back line, Marty! Marty gonna get that fire onto wall, and Dog gets them all killed in return. They weren't watching their backs well enough, and from what turned into a good play is now disastrous for Fat Peter.
Yeah, that was the danger. It started out so well, but once you kite back into lower, there's so many different ways they can just drop down on you and flank you, and that's what happened. They didn't have any hit scan to help, so Pyro versus a Demo and a Medic wins that every time.
Yeah, now we're going to see Fat Peter stack onto the cart, trying to get some pressure. Demoman peeking up these back stairs, Poseidon going down early, so no cart pressure from that scout. And now we're going to see players just sitting around waiting for this Uber charge. Rogue on 60%, Wall only on 35%, so very advantageous for the side of MCM. They also have Waterson sitting in this back window, unstabbable, so he needs to either get SVS or a push needs to happen.
Yeah, I was going to say, once I saw Waterson up in the tiles, I knew that Red's going to be here a while unless something disastrous happens.
Yeah, we just see Mag gonna decloak in this corner. Ooh, he's looking for a pick. I love this decloak because you're basically just coin flipping whether or not someone will look at you. Is he gonna go for it? He's gonna go. He's gonna get Callow.
That's huge, actually.
Yeah, that's a big opening. There's no telly either, I don't think so. Heavy not gonna be able to get back up. Yeah, he revolvers Waterson
too.
Mad Ringme, big play to clear upper, and now we're gonna see his team walking up backstairs, Dog and Wall, trying to force this Uber. They are gonna get it. It's a 2v2 Uber exchange. Demo Medics in upper. We're gonna see the Soldier holding the banner. RG's gonna have banner for post, so that's pretty big. But cart is getting pushed. Gun getting wrangled right now, not taken down quite yet. But it needs to get this people off the cart. It's almost up. It almost gets up that hill, but the players get taken down in time thanks to that Wrangler. Waterson gonna get stabbed. Spawn camp by Mad Ringme as collapses are in. Players are on the boxes. The Stinky's coming in. Sand is walking up to spawn. Gun isn't built either, so we see Fat Peter on cart. Poseidon getting that times 2. He needs to dodge some damage. He can't do it. He gets taken down by Stickies. The sentry gun from space is up, and he's going to jump on cart to delay. Here comes the spawners triple, going to take down Catalyst, and that is a very, very close hold for MCM, but they are going to keep that cart uncapped.
Kind of a feed from triple at the end there, but yeah, that was so good for blue, but they weren't able to get on the cart in time for their spawns. Pushing upper last is very difficult because not only do you have to clear red out of upper, which, speaking of which, red is already back in upper, but you also have to clear basically spawn camp red and then cap, because it's so easy to contest the cart, as you can see.
Sand and Dog trying to push up the back, yeah, but there's people in their way. They're going to try and walk forward here. Marty doing some flame damage, but going to have to back out. There's Octa with 2 shotgun kills on RJ and Evil.
Incredible from blue.
Yeah, so they do have 4 picks to work with. This should be a capture. They forced that enemy Uber out of tiles early. They're going to try and flank in through main. Rogue and Exile going to have to back out in that one, not getting much. Spades with a level 1, and Waterson scoping on that angle. But here's Mad in the back line, doing some revolver damage. Gonna survive actually, but he's a big distraction. Now we see players taking upper. Waterson gets piped down by Dog. Demoman on these crates doing damage. Rogue going down to Catalyst Bomb, and this should be a really good situation for Fat Peter. They have an Uber, should walk into the enemy spawn right now, but Soldier on. Poseidon, oh no, he falls in, but there is Melon to finish that cap. 9:33 is the time. It could have been better. It could have been better overall. There's points where they made mistakes, but it's doable. It's workable.
Yeah, that's doable. If it's under 10 minutes, I mean, it's always pushable on this point just because Upward's one of those maps where you can hard hold a team on pretty much any point. Like, it's always possible. Definitely, that felt longer than it was just because it was so constant action. But, like, Blue could only do things with the Ubers, but they're constantly trying to fight and do stuff off Uber. It just wasn't working out for them.
Yeah, time is a bit on the slow side, but it should be workable for Fat Peter if they've fixed some mistakes that they made when it comes to recontesting on points that aren't first. So we saw them have really good success when they could just play the game, you know, on even footing, able to just DM, clean up kills together. So we'll have to see if they're able to force these winning situations that they are used to.
I'm really liking how if you're in the blue spawn. There's some shenanigans happening in there.
I hear charge spamming. I hear some Demo Man screeching and that, so I know exactly what's going on. That said, MCM, they're happy with that time. 9:30 is definitely time they've pushed, hundreds of times before, so they should be ready to get going on this one. They're going to want to secure this 2-0 for match points, so they're going to want to come out hot and ready here to do some damage.
Yeah, looking at Mad Ringme, oh no, Mad Ringme, he gets fought out instantly, unfortunate.
So does Evil, he gets his knife melt and forced to back out. He's trying to stay in there. It's good if your spy can get in. Ooh, he gets by the Melon.
Double bomb.
Yeah, bomb coming in over the top. There's RJ and Exile both going down, not able to get too much. But they do buy a distraction enough for Evil to get behind, which is actually important, believe it or not.
Yeah, there's I have to say, these stacks have not been going too hot. I mean, there's nothing else to do, but it's definitely, the stacks definitely could use a little work, I think, for both teams, honestly. Looks like Blue should be... I don't know if they're going to go. Oh, looks like their med's out. Yeah, looks like they're just going to exchange.
Yeah, they have the teleporter down, so there will be no fast respawners. MCM going to Uber over the hill, Dog taking the counter, and he's going to get the kill on a Marty. Marty not getting a flash, getting in on that Uber when he probably shouldn't have. gonna die for his troubles as Ubers are over. It's gonna be about post here. Catalyst does get taken out in the middle of it, so no banner is gonna be available for Fat Peter. Yeah, there's Dog though. A lot of stickies onto Exile. RJ gonna get cleaned up as well. Dog's cleaning up on cart. Needs some help with Callow. Gonna get that help from Poseidon, getting the Waterson and Callow cleanup. So again, Fat Peter, really good first hold. They know exactly how to fight when they're on even footing. We just have to see if they can continue this.
Yeah, sorry. I feel like everyone just like forgot how to push first. Like these first holds are incredible now. Like the first holds have always been pretty good compared to like a lot of payloads where they're just skimmies, but this one, like so far this match, I haven't seen a good first push.
Yeah, it might be just a bit of the off-season blues coming in, people still getting back in the swing of things, so we'll see if MCM are able to overcome that forward here. Dog is on this hill alone trying to do some damage. There's the bomb from RJ, gonna get reflected and taken down. Mad is taken down as well, so Fat Peter are down 2 players, so are MCM. They're gonna take this Uber onto cart. Rolling is 90%, so they weren't building nearly as effectively as Rogue was, but this Uber is not able to get much. Doesn't even get the sentry gun yet, gonna get healed up by Octa, so Sentry is still available. Evil gonna revolve it on Catalyst though, so once again no defensive banner. Yeah, they're gonna Uber in.
Uber, but looks like they're going for it. They should back up here. I don't agree with that red refight, but the blue Uber also did not take space. That was weird. Both just kind of used Uber and did nothing, but it's like kind of an even situation now.
Yeah, we're seeing the backup coming. RJ gonna get taken down. Oh, solo bomb by Exile. He managed to get the wall and wall. Exile, massive play taking down the enemy medic and sniper with his dying breath. And with that, they're gonna look to walk forward. MCM taking hill pressure. Waterson's already set up here trying to find some headshots. Rogue gonna be on a 70% advantage by the time wall's ready.
Yeah, that was a great sack from Exile. Right as that was literally perfectly timed. He couldn't have done anything better. Looks like Blue's just basically gonna push because the enemy medic's dead, which is understandable.
Evil on Dog, gonna get that free pick. No one's up to spy check him. Gonna go down as well, so not looking good for Fat Peter. They've lost everything important to them on this defense. Fallen is well forced to stay in spawn, so once MCM walks up here and gets that cart out of tunnel, this second point should be captured. What are Fat Peter gonna do? They're backing up to third.
Yeah, they're already on third. I'm surprised. I'm surprised they should be sending at least players to sack for Rogue, because they could send like 2 or 3 players to sack for Rogue, and then force the Uber, and then have Uber, or at least Uber
what is
to defend
Dog and Catalyst doing? They're stuck over here. They're trying to get a forward spawn.
There we go. That's what they're trying.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
that's exactly what you need to do.
They're gonna try to take the hill. No, they're never even gonna try to take the hill. They're gonna take roller coaster. This looks like.
Yeah, trying to duel on this roller coaster. There's Callow cleaning up Catalyst and Poseidon. Gonna get that flank taken down. Mad does finally come to Waterson. RJ gonna get shredded from the bucket heavy, so Sand gonna double up one onto Marty. They're doing a good job holding for now. They don't have Uber to work with, so as long as they keep their medic alive and keep pushing the cart, it's fine for MCM.
Yeah, this is yeah, the cart pushing's a little slow, but they're taking space, which is good. They took space, even though they died for it. Looks like they're gonna do the kind of becoming more of a meta, just the track push. I don't really know what other words to describe it, but
yeah, push through tracks because the sightline doesn't see you nearly as much as it does from C-Shack. So we're gonna see MCM getting this cart up the first hill. Gonna try and push it forward. Spades is gonna get piped down. Exile forced to get off it actually. He's gonna get revolvered in the back by Mad, so good cleanup. RJ as well going down. No banner gonna be available in soon at all. Here's Evil coming in. Waterson gets sniped by Fallen. Here's Evil wants to even up the sniper diss side. He's looking for the decloak on the bush. Here he goes. And Melon denied into the pit he goes. So Fallen gonna retain this ad.
Yeah, so Red managed to turn their Uber ad into like 40 seconds of which you take that every time. That was very solid. They didn't have to force the Uber. Now Blue has to Uber up, and Red should have a better Uber here once Blue goes for this Uber trade.
Fallen gonna pick off that cart pusher. Melon doing some work as well, and that's gonna roll back down the first bend. MCM still haven't gotten up that first ramp. It's cart, if it doesn't get up that, it just rolls back down. So still looking for that, but Evil gonna get a pick onto Dog. That's very good. Demo Man down for 15 more seconds for MCM to work with.
Here they come. They're coming up the hill. We'll have to see if someone can get this Uber Force or not. Looks like you get the Uber Force earlier.
Yep, they're going to try to walk out here. Melon with that air blast, trying to deny what they can. MCM going to drop that onto the cart, but Melon is going to go there as well. Going to be able to get out through the C-Shack, but Poseidon is taking the Uber. He gets the kill onto Evil. RJ as well getting sniped by Fallen, and Triple going down to fall damage. So that it's going to be bucket contesting right now from MCM. Sand versus Callow, and Sand's going to win that one to keep control of it. The rest of his team trying to fight out from main.
Yeah, Exile like 10 health, pushing the cart still.
You know, it gets up that first spin, can't quite get the second hit. We see Spades on it, but the collapse in was very good from Fat Peter. They got some players alive, and now Dog gonna try and spam this cart before it gets up the bend, but Spades dodging damage, gonna be able to get it up. Mad trying to revolve them down. The cart will get the first bend, but there goes the pushers. So it's okay for MCM. They have 4 minutes to work with, but they have to get a move on here. They're gonna be at an Uber disad, so they have to find something that works here.
Yeah, MCM's had this like constant bleed of players. Like I feel like they've never pushed and had 9 players alive. It's always someone who like gets picked on the flank or something. It's just been a constant player bleed. Yeah.
Pretty hard to get off the cart. Gonna roll back down. Here comes Evil from the shithouse trying to get the kill onto Catalyst. He doesn't see him. That should be an easy stab. There we go. No banner. RJ gonna get sniped though, so no soldiers for either squad. Spade's gonna go down. No cart pusher. Uber in here from main from MCM, trying to get that early count the Dog, and he does get dropped in it. It's a solo onto Melon.
Okay, good. Melon did a good play there, recognizing that they were on the cart, so she contested it. Now, Blue's kind of back at square one, although they're down.
Red
dropped 4 people.
Mad Ringley finds a stab into the enemy medic. Now Fat Peter have to make a decision. Do they want to contest here? It looks like the answer is no. They're going to back out here with their medic advantage, trying to get that decent last hold to keep these last 3 minutes.
Yeah, this is the smart play. Holding 4th here is the correct play. Although Catalyst almost fell in the pit. Looks like Blue is going to take tiles a little early though, even without their medic. So that's definitely good for Blue that they don't have to push tiles and then push last.
Yeah, we got Exile and Marty trying to make some room up in tiles. Evil as well sees the entire enemy combo. There's Callow from underneath trying to shred, but he's gonna get pushed back early. Catalyst and Poseidon are gonna get killed for their trouble. Now it's gonna be MCM walking in. Waterson has an angle in upper tiles.
No.
Yeah, there goes Wall, gonna die to that fucking pit. Now no Uber at all for Fat Peter. They're just gonna have to walk back into spawn. They didn't get set at all. I don't know what they were looking for. They just never got set.
Yeah, Blue just kind of dropped down on them from the high ground. It's still not over yet because Blue does have to get the cart up the little hill, which is like the hardest hill in the game to push, but this is not looking good for Red right now. They're going to need a big play in about 3 or 4 seconds.
Yeah, it's looking dire for Fat Peter. They're going to sack whoever they can onto the cart. Here comes the Soldier and Demo Man. They're going to do some work with that explosives. Here comes Melon as well, trying to push back Exile. And they are going to be successful for now. Going to try and push back Sand. Ooh, reflected. RJ gonna get destroyed by Melon on that re-entry, and she's gonna keep her life as well, so good play by Melon. It's gonna be that panic defense that everyone's so used to on Upward now, but Rogue has full Uber.
Yeah, Catalyst actually saved the game there by getting those cart kills. Now Red actually has a chance to hold this, even though they're Ubering in. As long as they're not pushing that cart up, Red still has a chance.
Yep, Spade's gonna look to pressure it. Is gonna stay alive for now. Spades almost get that. Gonna get cleaned up at the end. Here comes Triple. We got Sand contesting from the heavy head glitch. Gonna try and do his best, but he gets cleaned up. Wall gonna get stabbed, Fallen, Sand cleaned up. It's Triple on cart, almost gets it, gonna get killed at the very end. Here comes the Spy. Watterson hits the headshot onto Mad. Watterson versus Catalyst on the cart right now. Here comes Exile. Catalyst needs to live, buy some time for the spawners. He isn't gonna go down, but there are 3 people alive.
He can try to contest.
Yeah, here comes Poseidon jumping on. Melon gets headshot though. Oh, it's over, they're full wiped.
That was such a scrappy, close round, but in the end, MCM does emerge as the victors of Week 1.
Yep, 2-0 victory for MCM. It might not have been as clean as they would have liked, but they do get the sweep in the end. That's what's important. That's the win. That's the full match points going forward into the rest of the season. So they're looking, I'd say they're looking okay. They're not looking like in form like they were when they won the RGL. I think it was season 6.
Yeah.
So
I think both teams are kind of experiencing those like early season blues, but definitely MCM just because they've played together for longer. That's definitely I think what kind of carried them over this match because even though they got 2-0'd, I was pretty impressed with how Fat Peter played, considering that they're kind of like a new team with like 9 players who haven't played together playing.
Yeah, they definitely contested MCM at points. They show that they're definitely a team to be worried about in Invite. If you are one of these other teams, they can make a splash, do some damage. They just need to get things under control. They have the players, they have the DM. They're all very good at what they do. It's just needing to make the team a team, you know?
Yeah. Also, I've been told happy birthday to Rogue's grandmother. I've been told by numerous players to give a shout out, so there we go. Happy birthday to Rogue's grandma, everyone.
Shout out. Brought home a 2-0 win for the grandma.
So that's what you want at the end of the day.
Maybe she's watching her boy play.
one could only dream.
Yeah, that's it. We have the logs on the screen for you guys. I can take a look at these.
Are these the actual logs? Let me try to find them myself.
These are second half logs. We see Triple, 23 frags for MCM, doing the cleanup that he does best. Exile as well, coming in 21, 460 DPM. So very good combo play. We're used to this from MCM. These are their core players.
Look at that Dog DPM, 576. That's what you like this. Like, I feel like Fat Peter is some really standout players. They just once they gel and get together, like I think Fallen, like he wasn't topping the scoreboard, but I felt like both halves Fallen was making some pretty good plays. Dog was having a good game. Mad went 20 and 14 on Spy while losing. That's always impressive.
For a number of reasons.
Yeah, for many reasons. I think yeah, the stats look close, and that's how I felt like that round felt like almost like a coin flip in terms of who would have won at the end.
Yeah, it just looks pretty evenly contested across the board. A lot of the discrepancies we see are kind of minimal. We see something I like to see, both soldiers did not do well at all. A lot of them died. We didn't see very many actual successful banner pushes because every soldier was dying on repeat, what it felt like.
Yeah, they were just kind of doing like the roamer trade in sixes, but in Highlander with banners, which was I don't know if that was the plan, but that's what on third. I felt like every time either like blue tried to push, one of the soldiers on blue was dead, or on red. Like it was. I felt like the flanks for both teams were constantly feeding on third and kind of like hurt both teams pushing. Words are hard.
Yeah. Something as well to note is the medic deaths. We see Rogue 4 deaths played very well all the time. While maybe shaking off a bit of rust, maybe it's just a symptom of being a new team where you can't get protected nearly as well as a team that's experienced. But double medic deaths in that second half, considering double medic deaths 4 to 8 is like a really big deal, and they still nearly pull off the round win. That shows a lot of promise for Fat Peter.
Yeah, I think a lot of the wall deaths were her either getting her team kind of getting caught out and her dying as a result of that, or her dying while they were dry pushing. I didn't feel like she had drops that were like, I have Uber and oh, I just dropped. It felt like I'm trying to help my team do something and I died in the process. That's what it always felt like to me. It didn't feel like they were necessarily her fault, those deaths.
The biggest misplay I saw from Wall the entire game, which it might have changed things, it might not have, we don't know. On that third push, when Fat Peter were holding, and there was an Uber exchange on the corner, and Dog got dropped, and it would end up being a solo on Melon. Dog did nearly 600 DPM. If you keep Dog alive, he will dish out damage. So if Dog was alive in that Uber, who knows what would have happened. They would have pumped out that extra minute defense that would have needed to tie up the rounds, but all hindsight in the end, so you can just look at it in that way.
Yeah, I don't think she played bad. You know, if it's you get like one dropped player per game, pretty much. Like you get your one and that's it. But yeah, I felt like that was a pretty close and fun game overall. I'd be really excited to see these two teams play towards the end of the season. That's I think it could be an entirely different story than once how both their seasons go, really.
Yeah, we don't know exactly who's going to get casted each week in advance, but if we do maybe get Fat Peter 1 or 2 more times, it'd be interesting to see how they look each week going forward, especially on different map types. Maybe a team like this is going to be naturally better at Koth than Payload. We might see them come out and do a lot of work against other strong teams. So again, all things to look forward to in this RGL Invite Highlander Season 8 starting up.
Yeah, it's I guess that's kind of going to close. You have any closing thoughts, Zag?
Not many. That was fun to work with overall. Both teams, good and bad from both teams. You know, it's early season. What we can look for, we can just look for them to improve going into the rest of the regular season and eventually playoffs. So excited for the season to start up again.
Yeah, I'm excited. That was if that was any indication of the rest of the season, there should be a very good season of Highlander. That was a very good competitive match.
Yeah, and we still have a bunch of teams who are going to be as competitive as well. Teams that are going to be gunning for the win, playoff spots, making an impact and invite for the first time. We've seen last season there were teams that took a lot of rounds off some favorites who weren't expected to at all, so anything could happen.
Yeah, I definitely yeah, these weren't even considered. I guess MCM's like you could consider them one of the top 2 teams, but or top 3 teams, I'd say. Yeah, I feel like the top 3 teams are kind of like a question mark right now, but definitely I think that the fact that a team that wasn't considered to be top 3 can contest a team like that is a very good sign for the overall health of the league.
Yep, all questions to be answered for the rest of the season. So with that, we will be closing out this cast tonight. Thank you all for joining us for this week 1 matchup. We hope you join next week as well. From myself, Space Ghost, Dolphin, and everyone else behind the scenes in RGL, thank you for watching and good night.